You need to celebrate what you've been through, where you're at, and this moment in time. And again, if you're in a real crap place and you've got a lot of not good stuff happening to you, maybe you can't celebrate right now, but maybe in a week, a month, 6 months, a year, just celebrate it. Because when you regroup your life after you're done and you're on the other side, you're going to look back and go, man, this was a freaking amazing ride. All the crap I went through, all the things I experienced, it's time to celebrate me. Welcome back to another episode of Enthusiastically Spiritual. I'm your host, Teresa. So here we are again, listeners, beginning of another cycle of month, another time frame where I'm coming on to share with you a little bit of insights from Spirit, some things Spirit wants me to share, and the upcoming guests for the month. And I'm really excited today because the key words I got for this episode was celebrating you. So I don't know, listeners, how often you take the time to celebrate you, take the time to really reflect on what you've put together for yourself, where you're at in your journey. I know that a lot of us, go through all kinds of things. I mean, that's why I wrote the Soul Quick Survival Guide, right? I mean, hello, we're always going through constant changes, constant things in our life. And in the midst of all of the changes and all of the time frames that might be hard, it might be challenging, it might be sometimes even gut-wrenching. As we go through those times and we look back, that's when we really can understand what we've come through, what we've gained from those situations, the magnitude of the things we put together. Because, this is not our first pony show, people. I don't know if you've heard that before, but it's not our first pony show. Many of us have been here many, many times. And understanding that as a soul, no matter how many times you've been here, what you've done, what you've accomplished, what the challenges you've been through, the things you've done, it all adds up to an accumulation of where you're at right now, this moment in time. And so thinking back on that, and even just like, many people can't go back lifetimes. For whatever reason, I have had lots of lifetimes come up this lifetime. Does that make sense? Lots of lifetimes come up this lifetime, but I have. And a lot of it stemmed from my body work, and but things just started surfacing. I mean, it was kind of crazy, but the very first one was, I was having a craniosacral session, and all of a sudden I was in a box and I was buried alive. And so things like that just started surfacing for myself that supported me understanding a bigger picture that, this is not my first pony show. Okay. And why some people have these memories or, things come out in our bodies, because some of the things that also I went through from my past lives came through my skin this lifetime, and I had to move through and I had to heal and forgive and surrender. But so what I'm trying to say is, so sometimes if you don't know your past lives and what you've been through and the accomplishments and the tragedies and things like that, that's okay. Because let's look at this life. Let's look at where you're at right now, looking back at, again, the biological family you came in, the things that you learned from them, the challenges you had with them, all the way through to wherever you're at in life right now. That's a lot to put together for your soul. And even if you're, maybe in a place where you're like, Teresa, I don't feel like I've done very much, or I've had a mediocre life and it hasn't been that exciting. Well, I'm here to tell you that maybe this lifetime you're taking a little break and you've had some hellacious lifetimes before. Or maybe you've come here to really embrace and master being a relaxed person, not having to do a lot of out in the world things this lifetime. It really varies, and it's all fine. So wherever you're at, I really want you to take a moment and just celebrate it. I mean, just like, take a moment and just stop and take a deep breath in and just go, oh yeah, crap. I've had an amazing life. And, I mean, hands up to me, I also can say, hey, I've had some shit going on in my life. I've had some hard times too. And I've had, deaths and, and said things at the wrong time and people I pissed off and, people made me upset. And, I'm human just like you. But I also take the time to celebrate, man, that time that I really laid into this person and I was a real piece of crap. I forgive myself, I forgive them. And look where I'm at now from that. Look how much I put together for myself, and celebrating that is so important, because if you can't celebrate that, who can? And really honestly, why should anyone else celebrate what your soul has accomplished? Honestly, no. You're the one that needs to celebrate that. That's why I'm really coming across strong with this time, listeners, is because you need to celebrate what you've been through, where you're at, and this moment in time. And again, if you're in a real crap place and you've got a lot of not good stuff happening to you, maybe you can't celebrate right now, but maybe in a week, a month, 6 months, a year, just celebrate it. Because when you regroup your life after you're done and you're on the other side, you're going to look back and go, man, this was a freaking amazing ride. All the crap I went through, all the things I experienced, it's time to celebrate me. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is that, before we go to the other side and have to regroup it and all that, why not celebrate while we're here? Why not go, hells yeah. Today is a freaking amazing day and I'm alive and I'm enthusiastic and I'm here. And, as a human, like you guys, I do get up a lot of times very enthusiastic, but then there are days when I'm not. And that's okay, because we're human. There are days when we're going to not feel so good. We get up on the maybe wrong side of the bed, or we have something we've got to do that, today where, it's like, I don't really want to do that. Well, that's okay. But still celebrating the moments that you can celebrate for what you put together for yourself. And I really hope you're feeling me in this short, sharing today, because again, you're the only one that can celebrate you. And I think it's time to do it. If you've not celebrated yourself, it's time to do it. So however you can celebrate yourself today, if it's going outside, taking a walk and, and just looking around and being as present as you can and going, dang, look what I've been through and look where I'm at. I can walk, or I'm happy, or I've got family around me, or I still have, this is not kind of crazy, but I still have my eyes and I can see the TV. I mean, whatever you can do to celebrate, how about doing it? How about taking time for yourself today, listeners, and just honor your journey, honor where you're at, and celebrate you. So that is the heartfelt, and I hope you can feel my heart, because I can feel it sending out to all of you guys, message that I want to bring forth today, because we don't celebrate ourselves enough. We oftentimes, are so good at suffering and so good at victiming and, oh me, oh poor me, and whatever. And that's okay, because that's a space too we all have to move through, because I've been there too. But celebrating you today is important. So I hope that you can take time, celebrate yourself in whatever way that looks like for you, and know that you're an important soul. We're all from one place, source, God, universe, whatever you want to call it. And we're all just, mirror pieces of the big mirror. So I celebrate you, and if, you celebrate me, and we all celebrate each other, but it starts at home. It starts by celebrating you. So that's my little spirit chat for today. And now let's get on to the guests I have this month, because holy con moly, I've got some guests this month that are amazing. So my first guest is a couple, which, as you guys know, I'm with Tom. And so we have our TNT Spirit Works. And I love when I meet other couples out in the world doing their divine work together. So Dr. Madalina Petrescu and Cris Agafi are with HeartQ, and they are all about heart intelligence and helping people shift into their heart and understanding how they can really change their life, accessing that heart energy, and really make some major shifts that they're ready to make. So I'm going to share with you that this episode was so heart-centered. I hate to be like cliche about it, right? Like HeartQ, heart center, but it was. You'll feel it. I want to this couple is amazing. So, that's how the month begins, is with them, so I am super stoked about that. And then I have 2 other guests this month. Holly Marie. She is from Down Under, and she is a human design manifester. So, and a spiritual teacher. So, if you don't know anything about human design, it's really cool. It's a little complex, but it's really cool and it makes sense. And it's, I'll let her to explain to you because there's a lot of components to it, but she is what they call a manifester. So, those of you that know what you are, you might go, "Oh, a manifester, cool." For myself, I'm a projector. So if you know what that's all about, we talk a little bit about that. But she's really another heart-centered person sharing about how to really work with human design in your life to amplify and expand what you're already working with. So it's a really fun episode. Then I have a spiritual leader and an educator of the world, Sandra Adler, who is going to be coming on sharing a very, very brand new, just published book that she's created for teenagers around working and being a spiritual being. So it's super fun. I've read her book, and wow, it is so needed for that youthful teenage time frame of people and children, not children. What do I really want to say? I want to say, they're young adults. That's what I want to say. For young adults, this novel that she's created and put together is really a supportive way for them to start understanding about the bigger picture of who they are as a soul. A lot of things that I do share about, how we're a soul in a physical body and we've got guidance and we're energy um, and we come from the universe and all kinds of things. And just, really, it's like she's planting these seeds for teenagers, so young adults. So it's a really great episode, and I'm super excited to have her on and be sharing her, the wisdom that she brings forth through this book. And then we're going to end the month and the last episode of this year, 2023, with my wonderful husband and business partner, Tom, with TNT Spirit Works for the What's Up Spiritually episode. So that is going to be a really great interaction between us. We love to, to chat and to share with you guys. So it is going to be a powerhouse month. And I'm so grateful you're here along for the ride, wherever you're at in the world, because I know that you guys are all over the place. Because I look at my stats and I look, oh my gosh, they're from everywhere. So please know that I feel you out there and I'm sending my love and much light and everything to you on your journey. And I hope so much that you enjoy every single episode this month. I hope that you can feel the heart energy that's flowing through each of these amazing guests that's going to be coming up. And it's all to really support you on your journey, listeners. So if you can share this episode with others, I would appreciate it. If you'd like to leave any comments, you can go to Apple Podcasts. You can also go to the show notes and you can go to Pod Inbox where you can leave me a message. If you need some enthusiasm and some uplifted vibes during the week while you're waiting for an episode to be released, please check out my Facebook, Teresa Shantz. And I am every day on there sharing reels, sharing posts, sharing insights. And it's a really fun place and a fun community to come together and just get some more good, enthusiastic mojo for your journey. So until next time I am with you guys, which will be next year, I hope that you enjoy all these beautiful guests coming up. And until next week, please remember that life is too short to not be enthusiastic about your unique journey.